Hi, Leighfarnell here from Leading Your Best Life, and in today's program I want to share with you, based on a conversation I just had with friends about how you deal with issues and how not to get upset and how to manage your internal world when you're dealing with people and you're dealing in times of change and frustration and potential upset. But here are some answers that what I gave the person in the conversation I had today. I think it'll help you too. Well, thanks for coming back. Look, today I was having a conversation with a friend, and so much of this is about relationships and issues. When you work in teams with people, you've got different personalities, different backgrounds, different expectations, different cultures, different education levels, different intellect. And by the way, I mentioned in the podcast of only a week or so ago the 80-year study which showed that warm relationships was the best predictor of not only income but high performance. So how you maintain, manage warm relationships. And it tells you something in the word itself. Warm. Not hot, not boiling, not upset, but warm. And I could say warm, calm, even loving relationships. But my friend was talking about, I had an issue, I can feel their energy, I can feel they're upset with me, I can feel they've got an issue with me, and that really then upsets me. She didn't quite use those words, but I can feel they're not happy. And of course I said, what happens is people have charge. There's charge, particularly if they've got an issue with you or something you've done, there's charge building up. And then you have this static electricity in the air, the static electricity vibration. And the way to deal with it is firstly, stop hallucinating what you think is going on in their heads. You see a piece of body language, you hear a tone of voice, and you go, oh, they don't like me, or they've got a problem with me, or they've got this, and you start to hallucinate. You make it up. NLP calls it hallucination. You don't know for sure. You just see a piece of behaviour and then you make up bullshit as if it's true. Now, of course, the more you say it to yourself and ponder on it, the more you upset yourself. Now your internal world is upset. Instead of it being a calm lake on the inside or even blissful, it's now shaken up. It's stormy. Where did that come from? It came from your thoughts, as distinct from go collect the data. I said, if you've got a problem with someone or you think they've got a problem with you, go to them and say, do we have an issue? Is there an issue? What's the problem? I'm getting the feeling that. Can you tell me if I'm right or wrong? Am I on the right track or not? Now, what happens is when you address the charge, one, you dissipate the charge because the person's either going to go, well, no, there's no problem at all. They've just verbalised there's no problem. Alternatively, they may go, well, actually, there is. Now, if you've got a mature relationship, the person, okay, we need to sit down and talk about this. In fact, if you watch The Sopranos, Tony Soprano says we need a sit-down eyeball to eyeball, and we want to resolve it in a calm, non-dramatic way. Yes, you can go off like a two-bob watch if you've got the emotional IQ of a 2-year-old, but the name of the game is how do I stay calm? How do I stay zen? How do I not be triggered? How do I solve the problem? Versus let me pretend that it's not happening. I'll keep hallucinating. I'll keep upsetting myself. I'll keep triggering myself. And then the other person might be wondering, why is this person now behaving strange to me? Because it's a made up story. So I say to people, and I say to you, have self-talk, have identity that says, if there's a problem, I sit down and sort it out. I'm not going to let it go on and on and on. I'm not going to hallucinate. I'm going to check the facts. I'm going to address it in a calm, respectful way. The charge, you do not want the charge building up and up and up, because then all of a sudden there's a big blow up over, as we say, you've blown up over spilling of the paper clips, when in fact it's not the paper clips that's the issue at all. It's the other 5 or 10 or 20 activities that you have not taken responsibility to address. So in a mature team, in a mature family, in a mature relationship, we can calmly sit down and go, we've got an issue here. What's the issue? This is the issue from my point of view. This is the issue from your point of view. Let's have that conversation, because your map of reality and their map of reality are probably way different. So what's their reality? What's your reality? And maybe you go, oh, okay, now I see it from your point of view. I get it. And often it's a piece of information the other person doesn't have. But if you don't sit down and talk about it, you can't resolve it. So these are just some of my thoughts in and around resolving issues, confronting issues, building a successful, warm relationship in a team, be it at work, be it at home, be it in a sporting team, but don't walk around the problem. Don't walk around the big pile of unsaid, because in most cases the charge just builds up, and then there's a big blow up over a minor issue, but in fact it's not the minor issue, it's the other 5 or 10 things from a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 10 years ago. Ridiculous. The inner world, it's so important. Keep it calm, keep it zen, keep it loving to yourself, loving to other people, compassionate to yourself, compassionate to other people. I hope this helps you building your best life. And it's certainly the person I was talking to today said, oh boy, Lee, that really makes sense. You're right. I do want to take responsibility to go and have a chat and sort it out, a sorted out conversation. We do a whole lot of work in this area with teams, with managers, with leaders, so that the teams are mature. Life is full of problems. Life is full of issues. The name of the game is let's calmly and maturely and respectfully and lovingly sort it out. See you next time. I'm Lee Farnell, leading your best life. Share this with others if you think it's valuable. Bye.